What's up everyone? We got a new update today. We have a new mini pack with a whole bunch of new pets as well as some exclusive pack 3, pack 4 and pack 5 pets if you already own the packs. So yeah, a lot of new stuff to be explored, but what I wanted to try in particular today is this new Perk food called the Kiwano. It's basically like an evolution of the pineapple that we already have. It makes it so that whenever you deal snipe damage, the snipe damage is increased up to 10 damage. So whatever it was, now it is 10, so you can combine it with pets like the mosquito, which typically deals 1 damage, and you can add 9 more onto it. It's a very fun food. Today we will be combining it with a multitude of different pets, and we can see one of them right there in the shop. So we're going to be taking our duck stats onto the betta fish and the hoopoe bird, buying the betta fish first, then we can sell the opossum onto the hoopoe bird, because this is one of the pets we will be trying out. So if you can't tell, this is my first run in the new update, my first arena run anyway, so I am taking my sweet time to evaluate the different pet changes that they have made. For example, Ogopogo now has 1 less attack. We see a bunch of new pets on the enemy team as well. Don't you worry, I also don't know what they do as of yet. Maybe in the future we will make some videos on them. However, for now though, we just buff up the hoopoe bird. Now it is a 9-8, and we are going to try to put the Kiwano on it in a little bit. Kiwano, as it is better than the pineapple, it is natural that it comes a little bit later, so we will be seeing the Kiwano on turn 7, I believe, actually turn 9, excuse me. It's a tier 5 food, so it will come a little bit later on. So in the meantime, we're trying to survive and transfer as much gold as possible. Now we cannot really do any flying fish love potion shenanigans, but we still have the Ogopogo plus lucky cat combo available, so we're going to be using this for our gold generation. It also gives us a bunch of stats, and as you can see, it makes it kind of easy for us to be winning or drawing crowns. So we're doing kind of well right now. We can transfer some gold over with an avocado. Maybe we could consider using a wall chicken on the hoopoe bird, as we will be replacing its perk eventually. But thankfully we don't need to, because we land on this very lucky roll with double lucky cat and a Ogopogo. So here we go. We're going to take our Ogopogo right now. We have 2 level ups ready for next turn. Is there any particular tier 5 pet that I am looking for? Other than the woodpecker, I believe there are a couple that we would really like to see, for example a turkey. So here we go, here's the woodpecker. It actually received a little bit of a buff. It has a 6-5 base stat line now, so it's a little bit stronger than it used to be. We also do find the turkey, which is going to be very nice, because once we pivot we will have some extra stats on the units we bring in. Turkey actually got a very slight nerf. Instead of giving +3/+2, now it's giving +3/+1. For this build, maybe not super relevant, as we already want to have a lot of attack and we don't really care about having that much HP, but it can come in quite useful to have the HP sometimes. Whatever the case though, for now we just try to transfer gold over for the next turn. I believe we do have some tier 4 pets that we would like to see as well. For example, a leafy sea dragon to help us level up the woodpecker in the fight, so the Kiwano has even more triggers. But let's see how we do in the fight in the meantime. Deer got nerfed thankfully, so it would have been a little bit easier for us to win, but unfortunately this build is still a little bit too strong for us to defeat. Thankfully though, we do find the leafy sea dragon, we can bring it onto the team. We have the woodpecker as well, and here is the Kiwano. So the way it works, actually I was a little bit disappointed, to be honest with you. It says the first activation of the ability deals 10 damage, so I was like okay, the woodpecker with its only activation of its ability is going to wipe out the entire enemy team by dealing 10 damage over and over. but in actuality what ends up happening is that it only deals 10 damage for the first ever snipe that it deals. So kind of unfortunate we don't get to deal that much extra damage compared to a pineapple or an albatross, but we'll still try to make it work. Like for example, you can see right here, we would have easily wiped this team if we had dealt 10 damage over and over, but unfortunately that's just not how it works. It's probably beneficial that that's the case, because otherwise I think it would have been a little bit too broken. But in the meantime we can just try to focus on leveling up the Leafy Sea Dragon. When I made my tiger working with multiple pets video, I saw a comment that suggested that I try to combine tiger with Leafy Sea Dragon in particular, because not only will the tiger work with this Leafy Sea Dragon, it will also work with the pet that is in front of it, which in this case would be the woodpecker. So this is what we're going to try to achieve. For now we still have no tiger, we have not leveled up into it, so we are just going to settle with a plain old woodpecker, which actually deals a whole lot of damage and wipes out the enemy team almost instantly, which is great news. We also find another Kiwano, another mushroom, so as we said we will put this Kiwano onto the woodpecker, and now we are going to be rolling for a tiger exclusively, which thankfully we find very quickly. So now this is basically the combo complete. The Leafy Sea Dragon will give both the tiger and the woodpecker some levels, and then the tiger will trigger the woodpecker's ability over again, getting us a ton of snipes, and because of the Kiwano, one of them will be enhanced to deal up to 10 damage. So we should be seeing a lot of destruction right now, and as you can see it's super fun to witness, super fun to play as well, as we get a victory right there. I don't think we need to work on a level on the woodpecker, rather we would like to have a level on the tiger so we can trigger a level 2 sea dragon ability one more time. So yeah, that's what we're going to be focusing on. And other than that, maybe the build is already complete. Yeah, tiger level 2 in a single turn, which is extremely lucky. The rest of the stuff we can do is basically put equipment on the rest of the stuff and try to level up the behemoth and the hoopoe bird as well. But in the meantime, take a look at this destruction, super satisfying. Almost their entire team gets wiped and we get an easy victory as a result. Now we find a level on the behemoth, which I think is going to be more relevant than the hoopoe bird. Next up is going to be the hoopoe bird, however, in case we don't find any equipment. Let's take a look. What are we going to roll into? I'm considering a second tiger, but it's probably not good to be replacing a 29-27 behemoth. Instead we buy an avocado and go next. And as you can see, another turn of full decimation, as we are very quickly coming up on the final turn. So yeah, super satisfying team. Unfortunately the Kiwano does not work the way I wanted it to, but it's probably for the best, and it's still pretty decent as you can see. Here I think we will take the pancakes onto the behemoth to buff up the rest of the team. I was thinking to put them on the Leafy Sea Dragon, but I think that would mess up our attack order, so it's better not to do that. And yeah, for the end of the turn we're either going to try to get a level 2 hoopoe bird, or we are going to find some equipment via the cornucopia, which actually gives us a star fruit, which is another new fruit exclusive to the star pack. So yeah, a super fun pack on the whole. I will try to explore some more of the pets, but in the meantime I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care!